An introduction and seller's remorse for sure. Hey, welcome to Hometown Hunky. My name is Chris Hunky. And on this channel, I'm going to bring content that is pretty heavily automotive related, as I own an auto body shop. We will follow along on the build of a custom 1970 Cuda. It's kind of midway through the build now, but we'll pick up from there. We'll have other repairs through the auto body shop and processes in the trade that I'll track. We'll have RV related videos. I'll create videos based on the photos I took, but I missed the perfect opportunity to start a YouTube channel a couple years ago with the refurbishment of my RV. That would have been a great step-by-step follow along to get it done deal. But we'll do it after the fact and fill you in. There's a lot of interesting things there. We'll do videos on items I've created or built that were to fix a solution or solve a problem, that fill a need that I couldn't buy something for, that I needed to have. I'm a pretty decent problem solver throughout my life, and these are things that I just had to improve, make better with what I had to work with. Those kind of things. We'll have some pet related things. I've got two critters, a chocolate lab that's, a dog that's half chocolate, half Chesapeake, is named Bentley, 14 years old. And then we've got Birdie, who is a McNab. I did finally remember, which is a kind of a cowboy dog, but she has a mix with some others, so she's all black instead of brown like McNabs are. But they like to be in videos too. And then there'll be maybe some music related stuff. I had been in a bluegrass band for a while. We did some touring, but then my bandmate, the band leader, moved away, so that came to an end. And we'll just have some fun. We'll just do these builds and follow along, and whatever happens in a day that I think may be interesting, I'll post, and hopefully, you find it interesting. The reason I'm doing a YouTube channel is because I was encouraged to do so by my cousin, Mike Quady, who has Crazy Quady, where he does the solo camping in his truck. Okay, so there's the intro part of this video, and now the second part of this video is seller's remorse. So yes, I have seller's remorse. I sold my most unique build I've ever done, my little Tike. I bought the car, probably paid too much for it to start with, as a vehicle that was a manual transmission. Because in my automotive shop, the young guys that worked for me didn't know how to drive a manual transmission. So I bought this car as a way for them to learn how to drive a manual transmission, because they need to be able to drive my customers' cars who have manual transmissions. So I bought the car, and it was just a little crunchy. It's a 96. The car is a Suzuki X90. Pretty rare car in America. They only brought like 1,300 or 1,700 of them in a couple of years' time. Really unique car in itself. Then we went ahead and spent a few bucks, fixed it up, kind of really made it cool. We put wheel flares on it, rocker moldings, got it all done. And the car was originally blue, but the interior was gray. So it was a blank canvas of what we could do. And one of my employees suggested, hey, let's make it like a little Tike. So we did. I painted the car entirely red so that if anybody didn't like the intention of the little Tike theme, they could undo that part. So we painted the whole car red, and then I got yellow vinyl wrap and wrapped the upper part of the car the bright yellow, and then got little Tike decals. So oh my gosh, I couldn't drive this thing anywhere without getting loads of, oh my gosh, attention, can I take a picture of your car? That'd be great. We took it to 1320's Videos Ice Cream Cruise 2023 and got top 50 out of 2,200 cars, which just tickled me pink that it was that kind of a you know, iconic car, basically. I've seen some little Tike paint schemes, but they were mostly, you know, smart cars or something that, you know, really kind of look like that little car that the kids ride around in. But this thing had such a perfect stance. I widened the base of it with the wheels and tires, and then I sold it for less than I had in it. Not a great businessman. But, you know, I was asked, why did I sell it? And it's because, you know, maybe I overpaid a little bit too much for it, number one. Number two, we got some use out of it with training our employees. So the money that I supposedly lost could be considered, you know, had some value. But the reason I sold it is because you got to move on to the next. You know, if you keep every cool car you've owned, I've had several, and I can feature some of them on the channel too. But if you keep every car you've owned, there won't be the next, you know? I mean, so we've got a few more builds coming up. We're gonna build some ute conversions. Ute being short for utility vehicle, like an Australian type setup where, you know, in America we had the Ranchero or for the Ford or the El Camino for the Chevy. Well, I have conversions to build a Jeep Grand Cherokee into a ute and a Dodge Charger. And I chose both of those because they're V8s and either four-wheel drive or wheel-wheel drive. And that will be a couple of builds I make videos on and follow those builds too. So, yeah, I do have remorse for selling the little Tike. I really, really enjoyed driving that thing. But I'm sure the new owner will like it a lot too. She needed to learn how to drive a stick also. So that's that. Have a great day. Please subscribe. Catch you down the road. Hunky out.